Do you have fear of rejection? Are you somebody who avoids going up and making an approach or putting yourself out there with women simply due to the fact that you're afraid as to whether or not they're going to reject you? And I'm just speaking from personal experience here, guys, because there was a point in my journey where I watched content on YouTube for 9 months straight without ever making a single approach. This was over 10 years ago. I'm 35 years old now, but when I was 23, 24 years old, I started watching a bunch of YouTube content and I thought I was learning a lot. But the problem was that I wasn't actually putting myself out there. Eventually, I got fed up with my life circumstances not actually changing and realized I couldn't do it on my own. And so I then spent the next couple of years hiring coaches, putting myself out there, getting desensitized to this stuff, building the skill set, building up my confidence. And eventually got to a point where I realized rejection's not actually that big of a deal. Once you've experienced it enough times, the idea around your identity or your ego being rejected, it doesn't faze you anymore. And really, what you'll conclude eventually over time is that, number one, not every woman is even available to even speak to you emotionally. Like a lot of women that are out there, they either have boyfriends or husbands, or some of them aren't even heterosexual. Take care, okay? So you can't take those personally. And also, a decent amount of the time, you just caught her in kind of like an awkward or weird state where she's just not wanting to be friendly or social. And then also, a lot of women, you're just not their type, right? So are there certain things that you maybe did wrong off of these approaches? Yes, for sure. But a decent amount of time, it's not even you. So I actually wanted to show you guys a clip of me out in the field getting rejected back to back. And I want to show you guys maybe 1 or 2 things I could have done better, but then also just like the mindset around this thing, because I genuinely think if we could remove your fear from rejection, you would be able to take so much more action, you would have so much more growth, and ultimately you'd be able to achieve the dating life you really want. So before we go into the full clip, I just want to say, look, if you're not approaching at all, if you're not going on dates with the quality of women you want, and you're tired of watching YouTube and not making a change, you can work with me directly to fast track this entire process. I needed coaches. I've hired a bunch of coaches when I first started this thing, and I'd love to help you make that transformation. So you could click the link down below to apply to work with me directly. There's also an in-depth video on that page where I talk more about my transformation, the clients I've helped, the details around my program, and how I can help you achieve your dream dating life. Link is in the description. Be sure to check that out. Let's get into the clip.
Hey, excuse me. Hi. I just saw you walking by. I thought you looked really cute.
Thank you, but
You had like a Latina look to you. Are you Dominican?
So if I want to get very technical off of this approach, one thing that I'm not crazy about, keep in mind that this was a little while back, but if I'm watching the clip itself, one thing that I'm not crazy about was I was still kind of behind her when I opened. And so you could see that even though she stopped, she's looking at me over the shoulder, right? And so if somebody's walking this way and they stop and they're looking at you over the shoulder behind, they're gonna have a very small tolerance for talking to you, and they're also gonna wanna just get back to what they were doing for the day, in which case she's walking this way. So she's here and she's about to start walking this way. And pretty much what's going to happen now is I'm gonna have to keep talking and walking with her. Whereas I think if I just got in front of her a little bit more and got her undivided attention, I would be in a little bit better of a position. That does not mean that I would have been able to flip this around just because of that one technicality, but all of these individual things are just 1% things that can stack up to make a difference, especially when you start approaching 10, 20, 30 plus women in the course of a week. Like, it can really make the difference over an extended period of time. So one small thing that I don't like that I did was I was still slightly behind her when I opened. And then also one other thing to notice, she was about to just say I'm not interested. And then me just doing my own due diligence, I then made an observation, I made an assumption, and I tried to talk to her for 2 to 4 seconds. And I realized very quickly, like, okay, she's not even trying to have a conversation with me, which is okay, guys. Who cares? Like, do not take this personally. Are there technicalities and subtleties around my approach that maybe could have been tweaked? Yes, honestly, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that I took the action, and I don't take the rejection personally, and we keep it moving. So let's see where the clip goes.
Are you Dominican? No? Okay, yeah, do your thing. It's okay. Take care. She said no. She said no.
So you could see that I don't really care. I'm kind of talking to myself. It's like, she said no. Because that's like, I don't know if the mic caught it, but that's actually how she said it one time. So look, guys, like when you're out in the field, especially if you're going out and you're doing this by yourself, like it's just gonna be you talking to you in between interactions. And if you don't talk at all after you open somebody, there's just this silence going on for minutes and 10 to 20 minutes even. And then a lot of you guys might just start getting more and more in your head. So a great thing that I do sometimes is I'll either freestyle rap out loud, I will just kind of talk out loud, I will give out greetings or compliments to people that I'm not even necessarily interested in sexually, like in between those interactions. Or I'll just talk out loud about like what just happened in the interaction. If the camera's on, or if I'm recording my own interaction, I'll talk out loud and break down what actually happened, either in a funny way or in a more analytical way. Look, I don't take it personally. It doesn't bother me that I got rejected, and I keep moving. And really what I'm doing, okay, that one didn't work out. Where's the next woman? Where's the next woman that we could just go up to and kind of keep the ball rolling? It's a warm up. Sometimes by the way, guys, sometimes it takes 5 to 10 approaches just to warm up. So, and I'm saying that because I don't even think most of you guys have ever even tried doing 10 opens, 10 approaches in a single session, right? You go out, you do that one. Like that right there, me going up to that one girl is like a catastrophic ordeal for a lot of you guys, not realizing we're just getting warmed up, right? And I might take 5 or 10 of those just to even get myself into a nice flow where I can really approach properly. So it's not a big deal. I don't take it personally. Cool, got one under my belt. Let's see if we can find another one.
So that girl that I just went up to, literally the moment I stopped her, she said, no, I'm good. So it was pretty much like instant rejection. And it's all good. There's just some girls like that. You just want to keep it moving until you find the next girl, which we're gonna go in right here. Let's see if we get a back-to-back rejection.
And so I said, let's see if we can get a back-to-back rejection, right? Which, by the way, like it shows you what my perspective is on whether or not I get rejected. And if some of you guys need to even go out there, honestly, with the idea of, okay, let me just get rejected. If the goal is just to get out there and approach, get rejected, like sometimes that may actually even take the pressure off some of you guys. Now look, obviously I don't want to just be walking around all day just getting rejected. That's not the goal. But when you can detach your identity from the idea of rejection, it happens so sparingly to most of you men that when it does happen, it's this ordeal and oh my God, she rejected me, so my identity is a man who's ugly. And that means that I'm not good with women. And that means that I'm ugly. And that means, no, it doesn't mean anything about you. That's one story you could tell yourself. My story is, fuck yeah, made the approach. Let's go. Let's get the next one rolling. Is there another one? Okay, cool. Hey, look, we're just getting warmed up. We're just having fun with it.
Hey, excuse me. Hi. Okay. All right, take care. Damn. So back-to-back rejection, that's all good. That's just part of the game. Like some girls, they're just auto rejection. But there's a lot of girls that will listen to you, you know, and have a conversation. So that's all it is. Put a smile on, fuck yeah, let's go, and we keep moving. That's it, man.
And by the way, honestly, guys, like this girl that we're about to go up to, not my personal preference, not my type at all. Honestly, she's not. First girl, definitely more my speed. She had like this Dominican look, you know, nice behind, long dark hair, like more my personal preference. But look, when we're just getting out there just to get warmed up, just to start going through the motions, just to start practicing, just to build some momentum for the day, it's okay. If the girl's mildly attractive, if there's something about her you could even compliment her on, just go for it, man. I'm just speaking, I'm literally speaking to my younger self in this camera right now, because I've been out in the field and I've even had so many clients that we're walking around and he's like, but she's not really my type. I'm like, Who gives a fuck, bro? Get out there, like take the shot. Take the shot so we can correct the form and practice for the next shot and the next shot and the next shot. Do not wait until the game is on the line and it's the buzzer beater fourth quarter opportunity to start practicing taking the shot. Like, yo, we're out here, let's build some momentum. Let's learn something, let's grow a little bit, let's have some fun and loosen up. So this next one, not my personal type, not my personal preference, but I could still go up and make the approach. Who cares?
So this girl looks a little bit more foreign. I think she's a lot more likely to stop. It's a really narrow spot.
And so what I noticed about her is she's more of a foreign type of woman, like international. And so these women typically in USA, in the major cities, they're just a little bit more likely to stop. They're more open-minded, they're more independent, they're less of like these stuck-up Miami girls, honestly. So most of them are more likely to stop and at least hear you out for a couple seconds. What I don't like about this one is we're on an extremely narrow walkway. There's a construction zone going on to my left, and the sidewalk is gonna be very, very tight. And so to even get up next to her on a very tight part of the sidewalk, you may even be too close. Like just imagine somebody came up right next to you in a very tight area. That's like a little intrusive, right? So I'm pretty sure what I'm about to do is actually open slightly from behind, which again, is not ideal, but I'd rather you take the shot than make a bunch of excuses as to why it wasn't a good shot and you don't take the shot. Look, if you have a perfect opportunity, fine, just go for it. It's not always gonna be perfect. There's a bunch of times where I've opened from behind, even worse from behind than the first one I just showed you, with women that are even more attractive, and some of these women still stop and I get into an interaction. So let's see where this goes.
Hey, excuse me. Hi. Okay. All right, take care.
So instantly, I didn't even tell her I think she's cute yet. I didn't even say anything. I could have told her, hey, you dropped your wallet back there. Like some women just don't want to hear anything. Maybe they have a husband, who knows what it is, and that is okay. It's not a big deal. That doesn't mean that I'm ugly. That doesn't mean I'm not good with women. That doesn't mean, it means nothing. So don't attach a negative reaction to who you are as a person. And it's everything that I was just saying, guys. Like, look, put a smile on, we keep rolling. This whole clip, which was a straight shot through, not even including like before and after the interactions, the total clip was 2 minutes, right? This took no time out of my day. This took no real mental energy, but I'm getting the ball rolling and I'm taking the actions that I need to increase my self-talk, to build up my social momentum, to build up some consistency, to desensitize myself to approaching, to getting one step closer towards approaching confidently, and more importantly, getting one step closer to a woman that I can actually connect with, that I could take an interaction somewhere, that I could go on a date with. Okay, so back-to-back rejections, really not a big deal, okay? 2 minutes out of my day, and then we move on and we go towards the next one. I wanted to show this to you guys, to show you it happens to me too. I'm a normal human being. It's not because of my looks. It's honestly, like these women, the second one, significantly less attractive than me. Other one, give or take a little bit less attractive than me, and that's all good. That's all good. It has nothing to do with me as a person. We're just taking the actions that we need to build the skill set and get us closer to actually having the dating life that we want. And now that we understand that rejection is not really a big deal, okay, which is more of a mindset thing and getting out there, the next piece is, how do we actually approach properly so we can create attraction and land dates? Now, if you're somebody who's not approaching at all, you're afraid of rejection, you're not getting out into the field, you take this stuff so personally to the point where you can't even do it, and you need that push, you need that coaching, you need that structure, you need that accountability, or you want me to coach you while you're out in the field live, like we actually do all of those things inside of my program. I'll show you the roadmaps here. We actually walk you through the 5 different levels of social confidence. We coach you through that process. You have multiple calls with me and the team while you're out in the field per week. And we break down your conversations, we break down your dates, we do everything we need to do to optimize your dating life. And so for that, you wanna be sure to check out this video right here, or if you're done watching YouTube content, if you've been watching this stuff, but your actual dating life is not changing at all, click the link down below for an opportunity to work with me directly. I just put together a brand new training in that link where I go over my journey, my coaching program, and how I can help you get real results in your dating life right now. So click that link down below, apply to work with me personally. That's all for this video, guys. Peace out.